Yeah, let's check up for him a little bit.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the season finale of GEC Season 4 NASCAR League. We are here at Michigan for the final race of the season. Shaking things up a little bit. Unfortunately, our regular broadcast, Mr. Chris Table, is not here with us tonight, but you have me, Austin, your regular race control. Switching it up a little bit, I'm going to be your broadcast and race control, the Wombo combo tonight, and we are going to get things knocked out here for the season finale. We have a great, absolutely amazing race ahead of us. We got 4 racers, if I remember correctly. I'm actually going to go ahead and hold that up here. I believe we got 4 racers all fighting for that championship spot mathematically. Hanneman sitting at the top. Elswick and Whitehead tied for that second place position. Cochran sitting right behind in that 4th place position. All of them technically can fight for that 1st place position. Campbell and Lynch sitting just outside the math, needing a massive field size in order for it to be mathematically possible for them to have a shot at winning. Griffin and Herman, unfortunately, sitting on the outside there. Not out of reach for a payout, but definitely out of reach for that win without some sort of absolute miracle coming in. But as far as the team standings go, IT and Out Esports looking like they're going to take out the entire season. As long as the 2 of them that are left have a good race tonight, they are definitely going to take the team standings. NPC Motorsports definitely has a shot if they can all show up and race hard, but it is going to be hard to capture those IT and Out guys. Street Limit sitting right behind NPC Motorsports, still hurting from the season suspension of Menchaca, but definitely able to move some points. If they are able to knock out a podium here tonight, all 3 of them, they may have a shot of at least going for that team standings title. But all in all, Raymond Hanneman at the top of the list, looking like he is going to take the series as long as things go well for him tonight. I know he has been practicing very hard. So very excited to see what Hanneman is going to do on the track tonight. Of course, we're excited to see what all 8 of these drivers are going to do on the track, plus those who have showed out here tonight who are not a part of the official playoffs, but wanted to show the support and get out here and race anyway. We appreciate every single one of you guys for coming out and showing the support to this league. Again, this is the finale. We have a lot of great things coming up for you guys tonight. We got national anthems for both the United States and Canada coming to you from Shane Cochran. Some beautiful stuff there. We will get that rolling here in a little bit. And of course, we are still going to have our post-race interviews, so make sure you guys stick around after the race for the post-race interviews. 110 laps, 1 stage at lap 48. So far, well, we had 13. Looks like we got more racers in there now, we're closer to 14 or 15 racers in there. The field is growing. Things are getting spicier as the field grows. We are looking forward to a great night out here at Michigan. We're going to let you guys watch the pit here for a little bit while they finish up. We got qualifying here in a couple minutes, and we'll get right back with you.
Hello. I made it. $16 drivers.
All right, and that is the checkered flag on the practice pre-race. So we are moving into the qualifying section. We have a visitor up in the booth with us tonight. I know at some point Vagts will attempt to be back with us. He is running into some power issues, but as we have had now for a couple weeks, we have Mr. Hanneman from the 85 car up with us to go over tonight's track. Mr. Hanneman, how are you doing tonight?
Not bad yourself, Swanson.
I'm doing great. I'd imagine there's some nerves coming from your side tonight. Outside of having to be on the stream, you are leading the pack going into the final race. So, how you feeling?
It's definitely nerve-wracking. There's definitely a lot of variables that could happen tonight that could end my season for a chance for a playoff. So I'm definitely very nervous. But I think with the great group of guys around us, the great competitors, and just I guess skill involved with all that with this tonight's track, then definitely be able to put on a show for all the fans tonight.
Yeah, man, we are looking forward to it. We've seen some great racing from you and your team this year. We've seen some great racing from all of these playoff drivers. I cannot wait to see what happens on this track tonight in 110 laps. It is going to be exciting. Why don't you walk us through what we're looking at tonight?
Definitely, it's like a super speedway, but it's a mile and a half. So a lot of close racing on the straightaways. When you get into turns 1 and 2, the exit is going to be very tricky for some of these drivers. A lot of tire fall off on these turns. Like you're going up to 180 miles per hour on some of these turns, coming on exit there at least. So turns 1 and 2, a lot of right hooking could be happening. Turns 3 and 4, you won't see a lot of that going on. You'll more see people get really tight, especially when they overdrive the turn and they'll be sliding up into the wall. With the close racing, the close action-packed racing tonight, I should say, it's definitely going to be a sight to see for a lot of the fans watching tonight.
Well, that's good. We are looking for some close, tight racing. That is what everyone is hoping for out of a finale. I know I'm looking for that out of a finale. Of course, we're looking to dodge those cautions. Would you say this is one of the more slippery tracks, or are we looking for some good grip tonight?
Definitely, there's some good grip going out there tonight. I'm more worried about how the trucks react. These trucks are very skeptical of getting netcode issues on this track, just because of like the little movements that you have to make to keep your car kind of centered and straight. So definitely, we got to be on the lookout tonight for anybody getting loose and trying to stay away from them when they're getting loose.
That is absolutely a great thing. We have seen that now, especially the last couple of weeks. And you are right. We, especially since I'm on the review panel, I can say I have seen a good amount of netcode with these trucks. I've seen full-on quarter panels inside of other people's quarter panels. It's been crazy out there. So I'm gonna hope you are proven wrong here tonight, and that we get some good, clean racing, and netcode does not plague us like it normally does. But of course, we will be ready, and you're right. Hopefully, the drivers can be safe out there tonight. Is there anything else you want to add to tonight's race review before I let you hop back down to your team?
Thank you for putting on the broadcast tonight. I know Table's a little under the weather, so I appreciate you coming out and doing 2 jobs tonight for us. I got to thank all the fans, all the admins, all the moderators within GEC, all the competitors. I got to thank Boost the North, and of course, Boost the North, the crew app, and Walter, who's actually just got pole, and that got taken away, actually, never mind. Who's actually in this race, who makes all the paints for Street Limit Racing. I got to thank the team, and I got to thank all my teammates as well.
Absolutely, brother. And thank you, of course, for sticking with us through this entire season and your entire team. And congratulations on becoming the series director for next season. So we're looking forward to having you on our team, and we're looking forward to see what you can do with GEC coming up for next year as well. And for those of you still watching the stream, of course, we do have a lot of great news coming for you in the next little bit here. We should be looking to announce our next season and our next set of rules and how things are going to be looking here in the next couple weeks. So stay tuned for that, and let's get to it. All right. Thank you, Mr. Hanneman, and have a great race.
Awesome. Thanks, Swanson.
Of course. All right, y'all. So we are just about to end the qualifying. I'm going to go silent here for a bit and let you guys watch the race while I make some announcements, but let's get to it, y'all. It is almost time for the season finale.
Should we do the first through third, fourth through sixth, and so on?
Speaking of, ladies and gentlemen, if you are listening, it is time. We are going to go through the national anthems. Let's get ready to go.
All right, guys.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Amazing season, guys.
Alrighty, we are back.
Yep, good luck,
Both
everybody.
national anthems. Again, shouting out Mr. Cochran himself in the 86 car, showing out that he's got as the voice that he has in the driving skills as well. I mean, he's a crazy driver. He's got a crazy good voice. So give it up for Mr. Cochran, and we will definitely look at getting a link to his channel if we can down there. But thank you for submitting those national anthems so we can get those out here at the finale. We are looking forward to a beautiful race tonight, everybody. Again, I apologize if at times the race goes quiet as I am talking to drivers, sorting stuff out, looking at reviews as I am pulling double duty. But please bear with me. We will have an absolutely fantastic finale. We are almost ready to go green here at Michigan. And we are green flag. How do we already have a caution? What happened here? Wow, that did not take very long. Though I will say, what happened with the 68 car there? All right. Well, it looks like the 68 car just kind of having some car issues there. I guess we
Sir, I
will
missed a shift.
find
Still
out what
reclaim that.
happened there.
Pace car is heading into 3 right now, boys.
Well, a quick and easy one for us on that first lap there. 68 car missing a shift and unfortunately sending it backwards at the back of the pack. So luckily not too many drivers affected there, but that is the first claim of the night. Unfortunately on lap 1, let's hope that is not an omen for what is to come for the rest of the race. Of course, not too many position changes there. We do still have the 4 car up front. Looks like we have couple cars heading into pit, including the 66 car of Elswick heading into pit already. Last season's champion in one of those top 4 pole positions as far as the season goes. So he has a shot of winning the back-to-back if he can get into a podium position. Heck, if he can get himself a win, there is a good chance that he can really take that top spot. But he will have to hope on the 85 car really not having a great night tonight, which, as we've seen, it can happen, but the odds are low. That man's just made to race. Getting everybody caught up to the pace car here. We're going to restart with the 4 car in the lead. It's like the 46 car in second. 84, 85, and 24 of Street Limit following right behind, with NPC looking to hunt them down. You guys are fans of the trucks, as I know all of us are, as, you know, all driving trucks. 66 heading back into the pit. I guess we'll find out what's going on with that here in a little bit. But if you guys are a fan of the trucks, good news. We are keeping the trucks around next year, as we will have somewhat of an entry league, which, again, we will elaborate more on later on in... Oh, he was not talking to me, which we will talk about later on. But we will be keeping the trucks around for next season. It's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be somewhat of an entry league, like I said, as we will also be hosting a cup series. So that'll be fun. 2 series next year, cups and trucks. Of course, as we announced earlier, Mr. Hanneman in the 85 car taking over the truck series for us. It'll be super fun to see what blossoms out of that series as well. Less than 1 to go here. Pace truck about to go inside. Everybody is shuffled into their place, and we can get restarted here. '92 car, you're blinking a little bit. Be careful, please.
Yeah, just keep me updated.
A little bit of blinking there. We are back to green. 4-car with a nice takeoff there, able to retain his lead position. 46, chomping at his heels, but taking that high line, losing a little bit of speed there. Dropping back now, and the 4-car now just standing out at the front with Street Limit, trying to chase him down. Already a split in the pack. It looks like we have our top 7 cars all breaking apart from the other. The 58 trying to bridge the gap there, but the 66, 99, and all behind trying to hold on as Street Limit takes the lead. The 84 car. The 84 car able to put that draft out there for the 85 bit by bit on the straightaway. 85 car now with the fastest lap. And now also first place. Good news for him. If he can lead a lap, he is at least looking at helping himself in this championship. Track really spreading out now with the end of the pack being almost an entire straightaway behind, but most drivers able to catch up. 4-car back into the second position, fighting with the 85, and now the 52. Last week's race winner back in the hunt. Somewhat controversial end to that race. I know tempers were definitely flaring there, but a win is a win at Talladega, as they say. Super speedways are always a fun race, but it is nice to see a good amount of competition here at the front. 52 dropping way inside to the apron. One of the only 2 cars to do so. Able to retain his speed. Didn't really gain much on the pack there as he settles back into the same position. A lot of back and forth there as we go through the turn with some of those cars. Almost 3 wide in some of those sections, but everybody taking it easy at the beginning of this race. Hopefully that one misshift, our only error so far. A nice 1-2-3 being formed here. A Street Limit sandwich with the 4-truck in between. A nice single file line going on here now. 68 still locked at the back of the pack, unfortunately. The 86 car of Cochran also at the back of the pack. Something tells me, just based on how the season has gone, he will not stay back there for long. But for right now, he is maintaining that second to last position. Hopefully just saving tires. Jamie Griffin in the 5 car, currently taking the 9th position. Another one of our playoff drivers here. Definitely in the hunt for some sort of pole to win some cash here at the end of the season. I know it is mathematically not possible with this field size for him to take the podium as this season's champion, but money is money, as they say, And he is definitely hunting down that second and third position if he can finish at the top here tonight. '66 car of Elswick has definitely made his way up. He was once leading the back half of the pack and is now in third position behind Barrow and Hanneman. Good amount of positions gained there. Elswick, another one of those drivers, even more in the hunt, as if he is able to win the race tonight, all that he requires is Hanneman to finish poorly. He could take the thing home himself. Again, that back-to-back championship, which we have not had yet in our 4 seasons. Still time. Again, stage at lap 48, or at the end of 48, as we should say. So, long way to go before we get to stage. Luckily, since that first incident, again, our only error. Nice clean racing. Everybody mostly single file here. Interesting to see how many laps they can get out of these fuel tanks and on these tires. I have a feeling we will see a pit strategy here before the end of the first stage. Elswick now settling back into 4th position, though holding side by side with the 24 car of Lynch fairly well, so still battling back and forth for that position. The 52 trying to insert himself there, and the 66 looks like he lost a little bit of speed trying to compete, and is now dropping all the way back to the 6th position. Good to see the fight out there, though it is only lap 15 and we have a long way to go. It is good to see the fight out there.
That's my bad.
Couple change-ups at the top of the lineup, though the 85 still leads the race and is racking up that most laps led point. The 24 car has now moved into that 2nd position with the 52 trying to pass him on the outside, see if he can hold it all the way through. 84 car also looking to pass on the outside, with the 66 now pulling up right behind them.
I'm pitting in.
Hearing a lot of pitting calls, so it looks like those pit strategies are already coming into effect here. Even the leader coming in, Hanneman. Little bit of brakes there going into the pit. Hopefully these guys are understanding of what getting knocked out of this race means, as it is the finale. There, quite obviously, is nothing else to do. Can't mess up now. There's nowhere to go. Campbell, now the leader of this race, though I imagine most of these drivers will be pitting here within the next lap or two. 84 car now sitting in 2nd place, not pitting with the rest of the street limit team. Looks like he is now pulling off and pitting. He will be, I guess, lap behind the pit strategy of the rest of his team. Don't know what we're looking at there, but I'm sure they'll get it figured out, as they have all season.
Seventy pitting this time. 17 pit road this time.
And we're hearing those calls. As you guys are hearing those calls, thanks to me being race control and broadcast, you guys get a usually unheard look into the radio that the racers use to talk not only to me, but to each other in the race as they get to call out their pits. Massive gaps forming now in this pack, so it is going to be interesting to jump around to each little segment of cars here. See if we can find our first place vehicle as it keeps changing. Well, you heard it here first. That's a caution. See if we can find what happened here. I don't know about y'all, but I don't really see too much that is sideways. So, we're going to have to wait and see what happens here. Hopefully somebody will claim something. Until then, we will keep you posted. Well, so far no claims, and as you guys can see, no evidence of anything being sideways, so we will have to go back and review that post-race unless we get a claim before one to go.
That was me. I ran out of fuel.
Well, you heard it here first.
I pit stall, and I came back around again, and I'm getting towed right now.
Well, easy peasy. The 58 reaching out and claiming that for running out of fuel and having to be towed back to pit lane. An unfortunate way to go, but a caution is a caution. Running out of fuel, though, rookie mistake. One to go as you see the lights leave. Where is that car going?
But why is it?
Do you want me to stay behind the pace car? It just told me to pass it.
Let's see what's going on.
I don't know if we're gonna make it back to start.
Is everybody currently passing the pace car or no?
Everybody's past the pace car.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I didn't hit anything. I know Swanson didn't hit anything.
It's where the 52 was a lap ahead of us, and when the caution came out, he was coming out of pit road, so he was the leader, and we should have went around the pace car, because once the 52 caught past us, because the pace car was actually a lap ahead of us.
Ah, okay. All right, well, as long as it's fixed, we're good. Should I extend it one more?
No, pace car's in the 1 right now.
So it's just like a single file restart.
Negative, it shouldn't be.
It's telling me stay behind him inside line.
He's second. He should be on the outside, not behind the leader.
iRacing saying to stay behind single file here.
All right, no, go double file, go double file. Everybody get next to the person in front of you. All right, let's focus. We're good. Everything's fixed. Let's just get it, guys. Have fun.
All right. A lot going on there, as you guys could hear. Got a little bit more insight into what happened there and why everyone was asked to pass the pace car. Here we go. Street limit taking 1, 2, 3.
I think a bunch
92 need the black cleared for some reason.
because of that double file.
All right, we're gonna clear some penalties here.
68 also need this black cleared.
92 and the 68. All right, we got all the blacks cleared here. One moment while I write all of this down so that we can do our post-race reviews. All right, and just like that, in the time it took me to take my notes, Street Limit no longer taking that 1, 2, 3 pole position, though they are lined up on the outside line. The 52 and now the 70 car have made their way up into the front. That is a nice, healthy pack of playoff drivers. And look at that, the 99 and the 4 of NPC managing to make their way up into the top 6. 70 car making it 3 wide. Let's see what happens here. He is bobbing and weaving all over the place, dropping low, pushing the 99 down as the 52 car now takes that first position. 3 wide this early in the race is definitely a risky move, especially pushing the 99 down there. We know 99, not a playoff driver. However, 70 car, not exactly in a place to be racing for the championship here. So let's see if we can keep it safe. '52 car keeping tight on his tail, only to be shaken loose going into the corner. Street Limit having dropped way back into the field now. Don't know if now is the time to save, if this is some sort of strategy, or some unlucky change of positions. NPC now looking to make their way up the track. $19 laps to go before the stage. We got the 70 car, the 52, the 4, the 99, the 11 car out of nowhere, the 66, the 5, the 85, the 68, the 84, the 92, the 46, the 17, 24, the 58, and the 86. Cocker now taking up that final position. Once again, not usually a place that we see him, but this early in the race, not exactly worrying for us. We are used to seeing him pull up at the end, right when he needs to be. 70 car, again, holding that pole position for now. In some fast laps, getting some extra points, anything he can. But easily losing that front position to the 52, now putting pressure on the 4, holding him down the track, not allowing him to keep his racing line. Street limit really slowing that pace down, as they are now almost a quarter, or I'd say half a straightaway back from the leaders. Still together, so must be some sort of strategy here, but definitely not fighting for those lead laps anymore. Though our cars are spread out, nobody really falling off the pace here, so fairly consistent by the pack. 52 still being able to hold that lead. Not too many position changes over the last couple of laps here. We are seeing the groupings start to form. Campbell really putting in the work here, trying to earn himself a nice cash prize at the end of the season after all the hard work. And again, looking at these standings, while Campbell is mathematically not necessarily able to make that championship position, it'll be hard. I do believe we have 16 drivers, and 15 plus may be able to get him in, especially having won last week. And if he did win this week, it would definitely be a sight to see. But very hard to do with it only being 16, one above that limit of 15. But as we've seen, anything is possible around here in GEC. So good to see him up at the front of the pack. Let's see if we can hold that down. 70 car definitely putting some pressure on him, as we are seeing the 11 and our 2 NPC trucks sitting right behind these two, making up your top 5. "36 laps down out of 110. 13 to go before the stage. Everybody pitting between looks like lap 20 and 23. So a pretty tight pack there as far as pit strategy goes. These low temperatures on the track, it looks like these drivers are able to save a decent amount of tire. We're not seeing a whole lot of variation in their lap times, even deep into pit strategies. Less than a second off of some of their fastest laps, which is not bad. That is correct, sir. You guys are just joining us, or we're not here for the beginning to hear the first couple of announcements. We are happy to announce that the trucks will be remaining for next season in the form of our entry league, and we will be having a secondary higher division league that will be running cup cars, with Raymond Hanneman being the new series director of our truck series. We are excited to bring him on board and see what he can do with us here at GEC. So very, very proud of him and what Street Limit have been able to accomplish here with us as well. So huge shout out to them, and many, many great things to look forward to for Season 5.
Hitter. 17th pit road.
Oh, you guys hear it as well as I do. It sounds like we have some pit strategies coming through yet again. Couple from the lead pack, a couple from the back of the pack, all pitting together. Cochran sticking out there, now well behind the pack. Again, rare to see. There's got to be something in that massive racing brain of his that he is trying to pull off. Leader calling for the pit.
68 pitting in.
For all I know, Cochran's slow speed may somehow allow him to make it all the way to the stage, or may have him pit right before the stage. But if he can make up a good amount of time while everyone else is in the pit, could be an interesting run for him. But I do hear the engine winding down. It does look like he is now going to pit like the rest of the pack. So he will stay right where he's at. The leader, 52, now in the pits, no longer the leader. It's like the 92 car, who is elected to not pit as of yet, has now taken over that lead position.
92 pitting.
And right as I say it, there he goes. We will once again have a change of lead here, with more than a couple laps to go before the stage, but coming up close. There we are at the 92, safely in his pit. We'll catch up with some of our other drivers and see how things are going. Again, things now very stretched out after 2 pit strategies have been executed. A couple alienated drivers just out there on their own, trying to just be as fast as they possibly can. Like the 11 car has now assumed that lead position going into the final couple laps. 70 car making some wall contact there, but able to retain a decent amount of speed. It looks like he is not necessarily blocking the 66, but definitely trying to make it hard to pass even with his wall contact. Speaking of, that means the 66 back up into a podium position here going into the end of the stage, fighting the 70 and beating him out for the second position and catching the 11, as we're seeing slowly but surely. 70 diving down below to try and take that position back from the 66, but unable to do so, and quickly falls back in line, almost making it towards that wall yet again. See if the 11 car can hold this all the way through. Half a second, just about, between him and the 66 in that second position. Again, the rest of the field really just spread out all the way down the track. Luckily, doesn't look like we have anybody that is a lap down here. From what I can see, now the 58 car, after his incident, must be having some issues. He looks like he is 5 laps down. However, the rest of the pack, no more than 20 seconds apart, which is good, because that is, as you're seeing, just about half a lap. So everybody within the same half a lap is always a good sign.
Lance, you good?
I'm good, buddy. You good?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
11 car so far able to maintain for another 2 laps. However, the 66 car now right behind him. Taking that top lane, trying to beat him out. Unfortunately, not able to carry the speed. The 11 car just in the zone. He found his line. He is taking it to the house. 66 now trying to go on the bottom, finding more success. However, the 11 is again able to maintain that line of his and shoot right back out to the front. Good on him. Or the last thing the 85 car wants to hear is the 66 car taking that first place position going into the stage. The 11 car can hold him off. That is massive as far as points goes and keeping the 85 in the pole position going into the end of this race. 66 knows that, though, of course, being our series director, Mr. Caleb Elswick. He knows these points like the back of his hand. Yeah, I'm 100% sure he understands if he wins this stage, there is a good shot. And if I just heard correctly, the 11 is dropping into the pit, which means Caleb Elswick taking that lead position, going into the stage. Oh, man, this is massive as far as the points go. If he can hold on to this, that is going to be huge going into the final portions of this race. Street Limit, as you guys can see, hauling up right behind him. Yes, sir. All right, everybody, that is stage. I am going to mute up for just a moment and let you guys peek at the one, the only, the Season 3 champion, Mr. Elswick, able to take that stage pole position, grabbing those vital points in this finale. We'll be right back with you guys.
Where are you at, 58?
Middle of the back stretch.
Tell me to let you by. I'm entering one.
If you want to.
All right, y'all, we are back. We have a guest with us. That 66 car, as you guys can see on your screen, again, last season's champion, Caleb Elswick, able to take the pole position at the end of stage 1. Mr. Elswick, how you doing tonight, sir?
Yeah, man, I'm doing all right. About yourself?
I'm having one heck of a time. I was a little scared when your teammate there spun out on the first lap. So definitely gave me a scare there, but it has been nice to see some good, clean racing through the rest of this. And of course, seeing you take that pole position, I know these points about as well as you do. I know exactly what that does for you going into the end of this race. How does that change the way you're going to race the rest of this race, knowing that you are within striking distance of that series championship?
Yeah, the getting the lead lap there and the stage win was really a good points to counteract. Hanneman there leading the whole time. It's going to be interesting. It's a lot of strategy now with the amount of tires to fuel ratio. You got to be careful not to burn your tires up. So that's what I've seen is a lot of the problem. I know it's going to sound weird, but I'm not really looking forward to leading. I don't want to lead because I feel like it just you burn your tires up more. So I'm trying to stay around, but I know it's going to have a negative effect to fight the most laps led there with Hanneman. But it's pretty much just going to be the points help a lot, but really Hanneman's just got too much of a lead right now with how many people we've got. He's going to have a bad race or a bad call to really counteract that, and then either Whitehead or myself or Cochran's going to have to win. So it's really just a big strategy race. There's if you lose the draft, you're really hurting from that point, and then it can go either way. I think I learned a little bit there with how Street Limit took their no tires there and then took 4 at the end there, and I was able to stay ahead of them. So I was impressed on how quick I could stay away from them. So that was good to see. But yeah, I don't know. It's just going to be a crazy race. I think it's going to be depending on how cautions fall, but it's just really a big strategy at this point and see where you can lie.
Absolutely. I mean, we're seeing some great racing out there. We're definitely seeing some strategies with I saw Street Limit then after taking all those lead laps drop all the way to the back of the pack, all 3 of them. So I figured there was some sort of strategy going around, but again, it is good to see you fighting for this pole position and another series championship, our first back-to-back series championship possibility. So it will be amazing to see you out there, sir. I appreciate your time. Best of luck with 1 to go here in the caution. And let's see if you can take it to the 85 car, who we know has had an amazing season.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Hopefully IT Now can defend their team championship there. So that's going to be hopefully something we can achieve as well. But, just see how the cards fall. Hanneman's had a good season this year, so it's going to be hard to wish you could add some more points coming in or whatever. But we gained a lot from coming in, starting the playoffs with no points at all. So can't complain as much. But, good to see that we can kind of give them a little bit of running for their money and defend the title that we run last year. And just looking forward to the off season and next year.
Absolutely, brother. Well, thank you for coming up here and taking some time to talk to me. I will go ahead and mute us both up and get you moved back down to where you need to go, and have a great race.
Yeah, I appreciate it, brother. You have a great one.
All right, we are back. As you can see, the pace car is gone. Green flag as the 46 car starts us out at the beginning of stage 2. The 85 and the 84 car right behind Street Limit, once again trying to get as many points as they can for that 85 car so they can take the championship. The 84 car not necessarily giving it all to him, as he too has a chance at winning it all. 46 dropping back very quickly. The 85 and 84 emerging back into their pole positions. The 52 car sticking it out in that 3rd spot. Elswick, though, winning that stage, back in the 4th/5th position as he fights it out side by side with the 4 car. A lot of racing left to go. A lot of pit strategy left to go. It will be interesting to see how this pack shuffles around, knowing that there is only 57 laps left in the season to make a difference. 57 laps between you and a potential cash prize. The pack already starting to stretch. So in the front three, trying to break away. Elswick not wanting to give up, though. Elswick really holding that racing line. He does not want to give up an inch to the pack at all, racking up as many points as he can to build that buffer. Now that Elswick has definitely put a dent in the buffer, 85 holding on for dear life. Nothing will stop that man from trying to get that championship. A little bit of wall contact there. Luckily able to be saved. However, we do have a couple cars now down in the apron trying to avoid that wide. The last thing you want is to end your race this early due to a wall contact. Shane Cochran, the 86, just as I said earlier, no longer in the back of the pack, has somehow now snuck his way up to the middle of the pack in 7th place. Something tells me next time we check in with him, he will not be anywhere near this. '52 car holding on to second place now. The 84 moving back into third, still holding on to a pole position. So very good for him, keeping his one of his podium spots here at the end of the season. But the 85 holding on for dear life. The pack not giving up, though. Everybody within sight behind the leader. It is clearly somebody is pitting. So we, again, are already seeing some pit strategies. Interesting, as I'm seeing most drivers pit around that lap 49 to 51 mark. So something may be going on there. But as I was about to say, this is the best time of the race, as we are now in the middle. Most drivers still driving calmly. But this is the calm before the storm. At some point here, drivers are going to start getting unsettled, especially those in the playoffs, itching to put dollars into their pocket. 52 car already trying to make a move here. Being pushed by the 70 car, almost running into the back of the 52 there, but able to hold off. The 52 now in that first place position. Hanneman dropping back, fighting for that second/third position. Able to hold off, though. 66 car back up and in the fight for the lead. But that is a lot of street limit. Street limit gold. A little bit of blinking there. See if we can figure out who it is. The 17 car. Let's make sure he knows what's going on here. 17. I'm going to keep an eye on it, but you are blinking a little bit. So while we are still in the calm before the end of this race here, I do want to give a shout out and, of course, a thank you to anyone and everyone involved in this GEC league. Of course, to NPC, NorthStar Personalized Computers, one of the bigger sponsors that we have here, has done a great amount of work with making sure that everybody is fit and able to race every single week, and that their PCs are humming just like the V8 engines in every single one of these vehicles. We also want to thank any of our other sponsors, and we always give our big shout out, especially going to the next season, for Street Limit for being here and helping us with a lot of the sponsorship things, sponsoring a couple races themselves, actually. And again, a huge thank you to Hanneman in the 85 car, our new series director for the Truck Series next year. Super excited to see what happens with him at the helm. Speaking of that other Cup Series, I guess I can congratulate myself as I will be actually directing the Cup Series next year. Caleb Elswick will still be around. He is going to be my assistant and will be handling most of the operations and points as he currently does. I will still be your near and dear race control for the higher series, so don't worry. I will still be here on broadcast, whether you love me or hate me or don't even know who I am since I don't talk too much. But we will be around for the Cup Series, and we have an interesting new set of rules and regulations that we can't wait to share for you guys. Share with you guys, I should say. 17 car doing a little bit more blinking there. We are still keeping our eye on that. If it gets any worse, we may have to do something about it. 52 car able to hold his lead position here for at least another couple laps. The 66 really putting in some work there on that rear panel, threading the needle between the 52 and the wall there, with the 84 and 85 sitting right behind them. Street Limit being barricaded by some GEC veterans. Let's see how long they can hold on. The 52 now sliding in front of the 66. However, the 66 pulling a nice switcheroo there. Switching to the inside line. Able to keep from being held up. The 52 is pinching down, though, with that 85 trying to really creep down on the inside line there. Almost down to the yellow line, but not quite enough speed to hold it. 85 down into the grass there. Let's take a look and see what happened. A little bit of netcode there, unfortunately, sends him down, and we're happy to see Hanneman back on the track. That was one heck of a save. Well, I know y'all heard the chatter, but the 85 there able to save himself from a colossal wreck. Not to any fault of his own. Netcode being the demon there that it always is. If he had crashed there, it may have ended his night prematurely as far as the pole position, and that is the last thing we want to see from the leader of the whole season. Back into 9th place now. Dangerously low for having Elswick win that first stage, but with as many laps as we have left, there is plenty of time for the 85 to put in the work. The man himself putting in at least 100 laps before we even opened our practice today, so we know he knows his line and is ready to go. More cars now pitting in, including your leader, the 52 car. Looks like the 86 already down in the apron, getting ready to pit as well. Or like coming out of the pit. And now is when the pack starts to break up heavily as the leaders pit and leave the rest out for their own strategies. Elswick now taking the lead. Although his last pit at 51, he is 18 laps past that now. Should be due for a pit strategy here shortly. '86 putting himself back on the lead lap, I believe. Nope, still down 1 lap, unfortunately. A couple cars down at least a lap or more, as now Elswick, our leader, fearless leader, has entered the pits with all of Street Limit following behind him. Bunch of cars re-entering the track now. We're seeing them get to the end of that yellow line and hit their top speed. So we're going to see a massive change in pole positions here very shortly with 41 laps to go. Elswick able to maintain first place position? There's no way that's true. But yet, it is. Elswick able to maintain that pole position. Even after the full pit, he still has it. 84 taking the inside line, trying to take that away from him, though. Campbell, the 52, in third. Good bit behind them now, but that may not last long. 1.6 seconds, it is looking like, coming into the turn. 84 car trying his hardest, but the 66 able to maintain the line he wants. It's not every day you see the leader of the race be able to pit and re-enter the race as the leader. So good on Elswick. That may mean that his strategy is working in his favor, though he will have to pit one more time before the end of this race, so there is still time for things to go wrong. 84 holding on for dear life right behind him. The rest of the field definitely a little shaken up. 5 car, Jamie Griffin, now making it up towards the front of the pack. He is finally in the top 5, holding in that 4th position. With Barrow, his NPC teammate, rounding out the top 5 in the 5th position. Hanneman back up into 6th place. He has already gained 3 since his little trip through the grass there. Already making up those positions, just like we thought. 24 of Street Limit right behind him. 68, McMillan Jr. of IT and Out, holding his own in 8th place. Culleton, another NPC truck, in the 9th position. The 99 car in the 9th position. Meant to be. Small pack holding back there. We got the 58, the 92, and the 46 trailing behind by just a little bit. Elswick battling and holding off the 84 car from taking any sort of lead position. As you heard there from that stage interview, he is focused on trying to get as many lead laps as possible, with Hanneman really holding that down without burning through his tires. So a fun balancing act, as all things should be. 84 swooping down very low, taking that pole position there from the 66 car. If he can swoop up the track fast enough, he will be able to hold it. Unfortunately, unable. The 66 car winning out in the top speed contest, able to hold it all the way through. However, the 84 will be able to dive down under again, and if he can hold this corner, that is bad news for the 66. who loses a little bit of traction there and lets the 52 slip by as well. However, the 84 loses all of the momentum there and falls again behind the 66 car, though now in third place. 52 now spreading his wings almost a half a second in front of Elswick. So it looks like there was a little bit of blink there. He did disappear for a little bit. It was a good catch by the series deflector himself. Like from one of our commercials, I did have the game audio turned off there, so apologies, folks. You guys have not been able to hear the radio, but have been able to hear me. For the one race I broadcast a year, I apologize. However, we are having one heck of a race. The 52 able to hold down that pole position through a couple more laps here. The 70 car right behind him. A little bit of... the 70 car able to save that there. Beautiful save, sir. Not holding second place, unfortunately. But able to make that save and not hold up the rest of the pack. Good on him. 66 car still holding down second place now. Trying to pass the 70 and catch up to the 52, but the 52 now a second plus ahead of the car behind. Griffin making, at least for this week, a rare appearance in the podium positions as he spits out into second place, side by side with Elswick. Both of them, again, trying to chase down the 52 car. As we will settle here and watch from afar for just a bit. The 52 car really holding down the gap over the rest of the field. In the distance, you can see Griffin, Elswick, and the crew of Street Limit cars all holding together.
I'm right. I'm backstage.
And just like that, a caution comes out. Let's see what happened here.
What happened?
I just got loose.
You was on skates. Why didn't you pit for tires? You got loose 3 or 4 turns before that.
I did. I took a ride.
Oof. An unfortunate spin by the 70 car. Luckily, didn't take anyone else out.
Checking up in back.
But 70 car definitely taking that one. A quick and easy one there. A respectable man who claims a caution where he himself spins out and hits the wall. Unfortunate for him, though, as he has already had a very rough playoffs, the 70 car. It has not been easy for him, and this is definitely not going to make it easier. Though a great season from him. He was one of our 2 race winners, if I remember correctly, so he has actually had a fairly good season, with the playoffs just not going.
I'm fucking with you.
We got a nice line here. A pit party is, it looks like the entire track is all coming into the pits here. Good time means everybody is going to keep their position, with Barrow in first place somehow. A lot has changed since that caution.
Hell of a race off of pits, Hanneman.
I had Elswick on my inside, too. I couldn't really do much there.
Checking up turn 3, going into turn 3.
All right, we are heating up. We are in the final portion of the race. We are less than 1 to go on this caution, so we are going to be green here momentarily. Some new faces up front. Well, the 52, not really a new face, but some new faces up front here with the 52, the 5, the 85 making his way back. What an amazing comeback from dropping back into 9th place. The 66 back up there. The 4 back up in that lead section again, rounding out our 5th place with Street Limit right behind him. Shane Cochran, not exactly in the direction I was expecting him to go, but he is now towards the back of the pack again. He is known for some sneaky, crafty tricks, so it'll be interesting to see where he finishes up as one of our top 4 points goers here at the end of the season. Some good racing required if he wants to see any type of podium position. But anything can happen. 52 car able to hold the line in that first place position. The 85 now in second and fighting the 52 for that first as we enter the turn. He will momentarily take the pole from the inside line, but we'll see if the 52 is able to keep any of his traction coming out. All about top speed here, going around the bend. 52 creeping back up. The 66 giving him a little bit of a push. They are not known for working together often, but when it comes to a season finale, sometimes you need a little bit of help, even from the enemy. The 52 and the 85, they're almost coming together on some netcode. Definitely need some care there between those two. But the 66 now going side by side with the 85. We have a 3 wide going into the turn. just about. The 66 now falling off, dropping out of the 3 wide, and the 85 again narrowly dodging some net code. The 66 is now pushing the 52. Little bit of contact on his rear bumper there. Nothing malicious, but enough to give him that bump. We may start seeing some bump and runs as we have seen throughout the season now that we are coming within, well, we are now in the final 25 laps of the race, so we are almost there, ladies and gentlemen. It's almost time to unofficially crown a champion.
Okay.
Apologies, folks. Not a Streamlabs connoisseur myself. Clicked a wrong button there, but we are back. 52 car still in the lead. He is just hanging on for dear life. Rightfully so, as he does have a shot of putting some money in his pocket this season, especially if he wins the race. But he is not being let go easily with the entirety of the playoff field, it looks like, right on his tail. We got some bobbing, some weaving, some almost 3 wide. Luckily, nothing dangerous. But these drivers know what the netcode can do, especially on this track. It'll be interesting to see how well they can dodge sticky situations. 90 laps down, 110 total, as we have a car all the way outside. Little bit of contact there as he came all the way up the track to hit the 86 car. Luckily, no caution calder that may have unfortunately gone against him. Not a playoff driver, but not what IT and Out Esports are looking for if they want to keep that team pole, which they are holding on to very well for being a two-man team. Let's catch up to our leader here. Again, the 52 still holding on for dear life. He is really doing it. Again, though, we are at least one more pit to go. So anything can happen here. One bad pit, or should I say one good pit by another driver, and that pole position could be snatched instantaneously. Pace car having a good old time, hanging out in the pits for now. Hopefully the pace car does not have to make his way back out onto the pits again, or out of the pits again tonight. But a good, healthy single line now as most drivers looking to take the corners, but not get too aggressive and end their night prematurely. 52 still maintaining, the 85 in second, the 66 in third. 24 chasing a pole position here, and the 5 not too far behind him, the 5 in 5th place, rounding out our top 5 tonight. And what do you know? Shane Cochran, the man with the voice himself that you heard at the beginning of the stream in our national anthems, now back up to 6th place. Again, he is crafty. He is known for pulling it out here at the end of a race. So we will check in with him again here in a couple laps and see where he is at. Into the pack, being able to keep up very well. Let's see how we're looking here as far as people on laps. Only two current racers not on the lead lap. That is an amazing thing to see, especially this late in the race, with incident points on, with double claims booting people from races in this league. We have a full race going 94 laps in. That has, well, not happened all the time. 58 car calling for a pit in, so maybe hauling himself off the track here shortly. 85 now really starting to put the pressure on. And of course, a caution comes out. The 46. Unfortunately, no net code on this, as there is some real contact. However, yet to see who will claim this caution, or for the betterment of all racers, maybe nobody's going to claim this caution just so we can see out the rest of this race. But if the 70 car decides they want to claim for some reason, I'm sure they know by now that would be their second claim and that would end their night. I can almost guarantee we will not see a claim from the 70 car. Yet to be seen, though. They have until 1 to go.
Check it out going into 3.
My bad, guys. My car wouldn't come back on.
Well, how is this going to work?
Looks like yet another pit party. So as expected, those that pit well are going to do well here at the end of the race. A couple drivers having to slam on the brakes there to avoid other drivers. So definitely need to exercise care. So at this point, there should be no more pit strategies for any racers. So pit etiquette. Who cares? There are no more pits.
Face car's going into 3.
Let's catch ourselves up to the leader here. 58 car, the lead of the pack, however, technically at the end of the pack, with W. Campbell in the 52 car, still maintaining that first position. Elswick, the 66, in second. 97 laps down out of 110. We are entering the zone. Hoping to see aggressive driving that pushes the line but doesn't quite cross it. We have a history of crossing the line, unfortunately, but we can always hope for the best here going at the end of this season. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to go green for the end of this race.
All right, 92, I'm depending on you to get a good restart, man. Let's do this.
careful.
Make our way back up to the leader here as we are one away, less than one away from going to green. Campbell, Elswick, Hanneman, Cochran, and Barrow. Your top 5. A beautiful jump by the 52. He takes a nice, I won't say commanding, but a nice lead here over the 66, who falls gently into the second place position. Hanneman trying to take the inside and grab that second position early. Cochran sitting kindly in 4th place, just waiting for his opportunity. All 4 of these front runners that you're seeing here, playoff drivers, fighting for that win. All 4 of these drivers able to technically win the series with some funky math. Hanneman being in 2nd place, definitely doing himself some justice in the points, but if any of these outside of the 85 win the race, we are definitely going to have it down to the wire. Again, make sure you guys stick around for the post-race interviews. I will still be conducting those with our proposed series podium along with our race winner. We will have that available for you guys after the race, given a couple-minute intermission to get everything sorted. It will be fun. It will be fantastic. We're going to have a great time as we go to the end of the series finale. We are under 10 to go. Lap 101. The 52 car still taking that lead position. The 85 and the 66 coming close. And Cochran in the 86. The 66 and the 85 coming close, mind me. The 86 right behind, trying again to sneak into that position. 24 and the 84 of Street Limit, holding on for dear life. And just like that, the 85 is forced to drop back with his teammates. 52, 66, 86. Taking the lead going into lap 102. Everyone knows what's on the line. Now is the time to see those moves. Somehow we are one wide all the way down. Not for long. One straight line. Almost bumper to bumper, everybody wanting to fight for that lead position. 66, breaking the line first, dropping down below the 52, trying to push him up and lose some speed. He himself, unfortunately, losing some speed and losing out on the second position. Now falling back towards the street limit side. That is going to hurt. The 86 car pushing for that same position Elswick was looking for. Also not having success and losing out on some speed. The 52 doing a great job of fending off any competition here. 24 now right up behind him, looking to take a crack at it as well. But Cochran is not going to let him get the bottom line. And the 66 behind him also not going to let Street Limit down low. We have Street Limit taking the outside. Unfortunately, not able to pick up the speed they are looking for. We now have a Street Limit. Oh no, the 24 and the 66 coming together there. Surprisingly, almost nothing happening there, but it is definitely getting tight towards the end here. Cochran with that second place position holding up the 66. The 84 and the 85. Now also the 24 taking the bottom line, looking to make a move on the 52, who is still holding out the bottom line. He is doing everything he can to win this race. Of course, we all saw what happened last week with his unfortunate ending, even though he did win the race. The unfortunate ending with multiple drivers being taken out there. We're hoping not to see another one of those blocks this time around, but man, this is getting exciting with multiple podium points finishers in the top positions here with 5 laps to go. Cochran still holding it down, going to the inside again to try and take out the 52. Nobody has been successful thus far on taking that inside line. Everybody losing out and losing speed, just like Cochran did yet again. The 66 car now moving into the second position. The good news again for the 85 car, he is still holding on to a podium / top 5 position as he is racing right now, which is very good for him as far as the season point standings go. But with Elswick and Cochran right up at the front of the race here, there is still a chance that anything can happen. If the 66 can pass the 52 and win this race, the 85 is definitely in some hot water. Again, super proud to watch this pack as the race control. As we've seen all season, some crazy things happening with everybody, almost everybody, remaining on the lead lap. Not a single person dropping from this race. All of our drivers have remained through, which is amazing to see. That is a feat of its own. Only 4 yellow flags outside of our stage lap with only 2 to go. And just like that, did I call it or did I call it? And I called it. I just had to say something. Unfortunate, as we have a multi-car caution.
86 claims. My bad, guys.
Oh, the 86 claiming that one immediately, as it looks like he went into the back of one car and up against the wall of another car. That is insane. But the 86 car will claim that. Copy 86 claim. Thank you.
My bad.
I believe that will take us to a green and white checkered finish.
Check it up.
As we've seen multiple times here this season, we will be racing for some crazy finishes. Unfortunately, that one not coming on the white lap, as we've seen multiple times this season, but not a good finish for Cochran, who was looking for that win. If he was able to hold on, he was definitely going to have a very, very good end to the season. Elswick able to hold on to the second position. Campbell able to hold on to first. Both of them sitting in front of Cochran as he went up into the wall there. And Hanneman now up into third place. We still have a race on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. And it looks like the 52 is actually going to pit.
Oof.
In some interesting choice at a strategy here that will now leave Elswick in first place. With Hanneman right behind him. I believe, now I am not the points master of this series. The 66 car on your screen is the points master. I believe, even with the 66 winning this race, if he did right now, the 85 in second place would still take the series. I could be wrong about that, but if Hanneman can hold on to this position, even if the 66 wins, I believe the 85 car will still win the series. Yet to be seen, but we are right around the corner. Again, green and white checkered flag. If you guys did happen to get up and miss that at the end, I don't know how you could going into the last couple laps of the race here in the finale. If you did happen to get up and miss that, shame on you for not seeing that we were in the last couple laps of the race there. That is the worst time to get up and walk away. But for those of you that saw it, oof. story of our season. Pick back up again with the 66 car in first, the 85 in second, the 4 in third, 5 now up into fourth place, and the 92 in fifth place. Multiple laps to go. The light's still on the pace car. We will be back with you with 1 to go.
All right, guys, try not to ruin anybody's race. Good luck. Here we go.
Couldn't have said it better myself. GEC owner, Griffin, in the 5 car. We are going into the green-white checkered. 1 of 2, so there is a potential for another before we do have to finish. Anything's possible. The 66 in first place. The 70 with the lucky dog. 66 and the 85 side by side, trying to win out the series. 85 just needs to maintain the second place position, and he should be taking it for himself. That stage win for the 66, definitely shaking things up. We don't exactly have enough laps to track it, but 17 car, you are blinking again, so drivers be advised, 17 car is still blinking. Pace car heads in. We are heading into the final, hopefully final portion of the race here. The 66 and the 85 starting us out. The 66 with a good jump on the gun there. 85 trying to keep up, but the 66 is definitely going to take that inside line as fast as he possibly can. 85 not letting him go, instantaneously reeling him in as soon as we hit the corner here. Everybody spreading out to try and find the best grip they can with these final 2 laps. The 85 doing everything he can to get up against the wall and around the 66. He is able to do so. 85 car a nose ahead. Unfortunately, the 66 able to dive down underneath, and the 52 now starting to creep up on the inside of the 66. Let's see what is going to come from this. Passing on the inside has not been pretty for most people this season. The 66 is now starting to float up in front of the 85 to hold him back where he is. We are on the final lap, ladies and gentlemen. The 66 is doing everything he can to hold off the 52. Oh, we have a block. Unfortunately, it is white flag, so nothing is going to happen. 86 car. Oh, sorry. Not the 86 car there. 85 car maintaining the lead. Contact with the 66 car. Pushes the 66 out in front. Oh. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. One of the greatest finishes of our lifetime, unfortunately, as everybody seems to fly across the finish line here. It is definitely going to take us a moment to figure out who won that race. Though it might have actually been the 5 car. That was the 5 car. Congratulations, 5 car on the win. I don't really know what else to say. Yeah. All right, well,
Fresh tires were going to pay off.
Ladies and gentlemen, you guys see it there. The 5 car taking the podium for this race. We are going to go to an intermission as we let this settle for a bit. We will get you some interviews with the potential winners of the podium positions and payouts, along with the 5 car, whether he gets a payout or not for winning this race. We'll be right back with you guys. All right, everybody. We are here for our interviews at the end of the series. We have our unofficial so far. We do still have reviews and such to go through before we finalize the points, but our unofficial winners plus our race winner, Griffin, the 5-car, winning the race. Whitehead, Hanneman, and Elswick making up our top 3 with a surprise in there as a tie for second place. We're going to go ahead and get started with Griffin, as he did not finish in the top 3 as far as the playoffs goes, but did take home the win for tonight's race. Griffin, how did tonight's race go, even with that wild finish?
It actually went really well for me. I was riding up front for a good majority of the race. I had a really bad pit stop. I actually had a really quick pit stop, but I left my car in neutral and wound up getting passed by like 5 cars with only 17 laps to go. I made my way back up to 5th. Was riding in 5th, and the unfortunate event of, contact and people getting loose. It happened how it happened, and I wound up barely being able to slip through and cross the finish line.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting finish, we'll say, to the end of the race there, with multiple playoff cars and lead cars, as we're going to hear through the rest of these interviews, getting wrecked out there, definitely changing the outcome that we could have seen. We'll hear a little bit more about the math again in some of these further interviews, but as far as the season goes as a whole, asking as both a racer, a GEC official, and of course a league owner, we have finished the finale, minus the All-Star race, of course. We have crossed that finish line. Overall, how would you say this season went from an owner's perspective, and especially looking forward towards next season, some of the changes that we've already talked about as an admin group?
Well, and again, thanks to MPC, thanks to Mad, thanks to In and Out. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. I know I did. He's gonna be mad. Yeah, no, I said it right. It and Out.
IT and Out.
IT and Out. All of our sponsors this year. This season has been exponentially better than all the seasons before. The broadcast has improved. All the driving is improved. We have several more active racers, and we're just looking to get this propelled as high as we possibly can with this new season coming up, with the Filter League, the Truck Series, and the Cup Series going on at the same time. We're really looking forward to this next season with a lot of work ahead of us.
Yeah, I am excited. Of course, I have the inside scoop compared to most of the others and know what some of these changes are. So, of course, y'all be attentive as we go into the All-Star Week. We'll be starting to announce some of the changes. Again, you heard me throughout this race tonight, if you guys were paying attention, announcing some of the new seasons that we have going into this next season, actually, the new series. So, again, we have some more congratulations in order, but again, any last thoughts, Jamie, with this being the season finale? Anything you want to say to the fans out there who supported us all season long before we kick it off to our podium season finishers?
Yeah, no, we thank everybody that came out to watch us. We thank everybody that came out to race with us. And whether it was one race or every race, we really appreciate you taking your time out of your day and away from your families and friends to come with us and come out here and have fun every single day. MPC, GEC, MPC, we'll be doing this for quite a long time, and we look forward to seeing everybody over and over again.
Absolutely. You heard it from the man, the myth, the legend himself, Jamie Griffin, GEC owner. Thank you so much for coming out tonight, putting on one hell of a race, and of course, making the playoffs again. Always great to see you in the playoffs. And we look forward to seeing you next season, which we know you will be here in many capacities for us next season. So thank you again for coming out, and one hell of a race tonight, brother. Good win.
Yes. Thank you too.
Absolutely. All right. So of course, now we get to the meat of it all. We get to our currently unofficial, as much as I hate to say that word, our unofficial Season 4 Truck Series champion, Raymond Hanneman. Welcome, sir. How's it going?
Oh my God.
You made it. You made it through all the stress, all the struggles, everything that happened through this season. all the anxiety. You stand here alone on the podium at the top. How does it feel?
Oh, it's still surreal. I don't know what's going on.
Man, I gotta say, I'll be one of the first, and I know the many to say, from the minute you and your team took the asphalt this season, it has been nothing but sights every single race. The good, the bad, the ugly, the wins, of course. Highlight all the wins. I think every single one of you took a win this season outside of maybe one of you, so y'all smacked it down this year. As controversial as we may say Street Limit has been, y'all laid the hammer down. So congratulations on that one to you and your team. But man, walk me through that mentality, leading the entire playoffs, never dropping down below first place, going into the final race, watching Elswick win that first stage. Tell me where your head was at.
I knew it was going to be a tire and field game tonight, and I was telling the guys we got to kind of go together because it's a huge drafting track, right? Kind of just stay together, draft as much as we can, and we opted to take our gas only pit stop at the start of the race, and they opted to take it right before stage. I actually congratulate Elswick and pretty much the first half of the field for doing that. That was really smart. We were able to come back on it, but just wasn't enough. Maybe we had another 1 or 2 laps, may have gotten Elswick. But I knew going to the stage, it would have been definitely close. And then him taking it, going to the last lap, when Campbell started spinning on the bottom at a 2, I went for a ballsy move. I sent it on the apron. And when I touched Elswick and I got loose and he didn't, I was like, well, there's my chances right there because that's the win. And then I think Barrow and I kind of went to the same line, and it was the most amount of netcode I've seen because I went from 171 miles an hour to 180 miles an hour and got loose, and then that's what happened at the end. I did not want that to happen. Real life, I'm going to be sent off the pit road, and probably in a helicopter because that would have hurt, but unfortunately, it's not the way I wanted to end the year. I wanted to end it right to the line. It would have been a good battle. Just Netcode had to screw it up for us there.
You're absolutely right about that, and I'm sure this will be a race finale that will be rewatched over and over, not only by drivers that were driving in this series, not only by the drivers in this race, but probably by just some bystanders, because, man, that was a nail-biter probably for the last 5 laps of actual green racing. That was crazy all the way to the end. But again, dude, you pulled it off. You have made it to the end. Again, I want to formally congratulate you, as I kind of already let the cat out of the bag on stream, but I want to congratulate you on your promotion to series director for the truck series next year. Now you can carry in the title of series director with a crown on your head, as well as the former truck series champion, the fearless leader of the trucks going forward. I know you have to be excited about that.
Definitely, it's a weight off my shoulders. I think the running joke right now is if I didn't win this league, I'm racing trucks next season. So, definitely wanted to make sure I got this one before I started series director. So, no, it's good. I'm glad that, honestly glad that it worked out. And, man, I can't wait for next season now. If this is the racing we have now with just these many drivers, I just can't wait for next season.
Me as well, and I know a lot of the people around here would say the same thing. Next season is going to be amazing, and as we unveil both series and everything they entail coming in over these next couple weeks, I know everybody around is going to be excited. Thank you, Mr. Hanneman. Again, congratulations. Once we get some sort of trophy, I know that's been talked about, shipped your way in some way, shape, or form, we will absolutely need to get a thumbnail with you holding that bad boy, the official Series 4 Truck Series champion, the 85 car. He made it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, sir. And
I gotta thank. Can I thank my sponsors and stuff like that?
Yeah, man, dude, go for it. That was the time.
I gotta thank Street Limit. Kat and Kyle have done, the 2 owners of Street Limit. They have done everything to get me set up and whatnot. It's been a year since I've started iRacing, and switching over from competitive Call of Duty and CS:GO. I was like, I gotta do something that I actually enjoy, and getting into this IRL as well. This is it's definitely a huge eye opener for me and how close it can get and whatnot. I got to thank all the fans, all the coworkers, family. I got to thank the teammates, Harrison, Wesley, Menchaca, Kenneth. I got to thank Dustin. I got to thank Kyle Simmons. I got to thank pretty much everyone on the back end of Street Limit. I got to thank you guys for putting on an amazing series. Without you guys, we wouldn't have GEC NASCAR League. And man, I'm glad to be running here. So I got to thank Boost of North for sponsoring the car. I got to thank the crew app. And of course, Walt at Laughing Llama Raps. I got to thank him as well. So without all the support in the back end, this wouldn't have been possible. And I appreciate every single one of you guys.
Man, we know they appreciate it. We know they're out there somewhere watching, or at least will be watching this, especially once you tell them that you are the winner. So thank you, Mr. Hanneman, for coming out and putting on a show. And we look forward to seeing you in all capacities next season.
Awesome. Thanks, Swanson.
Of course. We will move right along. Our tie for second place, we have the 66 car Elswick and the 84 car Whitehead. An interesting twist to end the season. I am yet to even know how the heck we're going to figure this one out, but I'm sure the admins will have a good time with that. Meanwhile, my job is to do the interview, so we're going to grab Mr. Elswick in the 66 car. How you doing tonight, brother? That was one hell of a finish, but as the last series champion, we are definitely going to have a chat with you.
Yeah, man, appreciate it. It was definitely an interesting race. Ready to relax a little bit with the off season and get prepared for next season. Definitely,
dude. You and me both. It has been long. It has been stressful. The most of the stream, of course, doesn't get to really hear about what you and I go through behind the scenes. Not to anyone's fault, but you put in a lot of work this season, so regardless of how it finished, I will personally say thank you for being a great series director / series deflector, whatever you want to call yourself at the end of the day, whether you are the points and graphics guy or the C to my RC and race control. Either way, it doesn't matter, man. You have been a tremendous help this season, no matter how your season finished. So thank you before we even go any further for doing everything you've done for us.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I appreciate it. You and me have always worked really well together, and I really, same hat to you. They don't realize, a lot of people doesn't realize how much work you put into it as well, and really looking forward to next season with what you and me are going to be able to do for the Cup Series. So definitely looking forward to that, and looking forward for years to come. Keep working together.
Absolutely. I know the stream heard me mention it earlier, but I am very, very lucky to have you now stepping into the assistant series director role for the Upper Series next season. With me being that series director, it'll be another great 16 plus weeks of racing. I'm super, super looking forward to it. Now, unfortunately, for the nitty gritty stuff, I'm sure because you are literally the one who told me before these interviews, that was a hard ending for you. We watched you on camera. We were excited, me included. I hate to say it. Yes, I'm a little biased. I don't even care. Man, we were watching you take that race home. You were about to win that dang thing. And unfortunately, because of the way it finished, you only lost out by 2 points. Crazy finish, but walk me through it.
Yeah, it's kind of how the seasons went for me. I've had a lot of incidents on the white flag, and but first of all, hats off to Hanneman there for winning the championship. He definitely deserved it. Definitely gave him everything I had for it, but didn't come up quite enough. If that accident would have occurred and we would have finished 1-2 like we thought I would have actually beat him by 1 point. So, definitely went through a lot of emotions there in that last lap. But I'm just happy that we were able to, me and him was able to race clean and continue through. I know he probably got a little nervous because I know I definitely owe him a couple. But I don't know what exactly has all happened with that last lap. It sucks to be ended that way, but it's just how these things go. Honestly thought we had a pretty decent race. A lot of it was just strategy and then tire saving. I felt like I had a lot more tire saving running the high line than what a lot of the guys were burning their stuff up on the bottom. But I knew it was going to be close once I got that stage win. I was kind of shocked on the strategy call that Street Limit did, and I said, okay, well, we've got a shot here. And then I was able to get some bonus points with the fastest lap and things. But all in all, it was a good season. Happy that IT and Out was able to go back to back on the team owner championship. It was cool to see us go ahead and toe to toe there with Street Limit. Fortunately, some of their circumstances allowed us to gain a bunch of points back and continue to recover from that. But that was that's something to hold your head high on and still finish. Tied there with Whitehead. Me and him he's really raced me clean, and I respect that a lot out of him. And happy to see that me and him was able to bring that home together. But all in all, pretty good season. Definitely was happy with the playoff run that I had. Gained a lot of points from the start there, coming in with no points. Things probably could have been a little different, but you don't know. You could always say it could be, but definitely you wish you had some of those last lap finishes back that maybe could have helped out some. But who knows? But no big deal. But happy to move on next season and try to go finish on the podium again.
Absolutely. I mean, like you said, emotional roller coaster for, I'd say, most of the field there at the end, but you especially with being the reigning champion currently. But I will say, with everything we've dealt with this season, transitioning from 13 plus cautions every race down to where we are now, it has been amazing to watch this league grow. It has been amazing to watch you somehow sit in the background all season long and make the playoffs and end up here in second place, even as last season's champion. Season before that, we had Clue win, and I don't think he was even here for half the season this year. So again, you put up one heck of a fight. We had the Cinderella story of a back-to-back season champion, and now that weight is on the shoulders of that 85 Hanneman car to see if he can win back-to-back. We'll see. There's a long way from now. I will ask, though, as the final question before I move on to our last car here, the 84, as the series director, overall, how has it been to watch the league grow this season, and where is your excitement for next season?
Yeah, definitely. Well, from the start of the season, we had a really good, a good quantity of guys come in, and I definitely know we've lost a few, but to see the growth of these guys, definitely the ones that stuck through it, to see them continue to grow and get better. It's a really good sight to see. I'm excited to see the the path that we have in place, and that the owners have given us access to kind of help next season as well in even more detail. And I think we've got a good opportunity here to continue to grow this league in a forward path and a good momentum path to keep it steady for years to come. Definitely like to see a lot of the drivers that we saw with teams, Street Limit coming in to IT and Out to NPC. We had a lot of good teams come back, represent the OG side of it. And you had new teams come in as well and show their dominance as well. So it's good to see the mixture. We had a lot of. I was really impressed with the amount of different winners we had compared to what we've had dealt with in the last season. To see 6-7 different winners there throughout the end of the season was good to see. It allows us. It's not somebody just dominating. So that was good to see. I was happy with the overall of that. We've got some work to do on some drivers that we can help grow them to be better. And I know Hanneman and his team there on the truck side is going to do that in great detail and mold these guys the way we need for the Cup side to put the best product we have on board for GEC and all the sponsors here. So, definitely looking forward to next season. I'm happy that we get a few weeks off to relax and rest a little bit after the All-Star break, but definitely excited to see the outcome for next season and what the future holds, and hopefully IT and Out and myself can come back and hopefully be as strong as we was this year.
Absolutely. Well, again, I don't even really need to ask. We know exactly where we're going to see you next season, so it'll be a pleasure to have you right alongside me and back in the 66 car again for next season in the Cup Series. Very exciting. So thank you, sir, and once again, congratulations on your tie for second place through a very stressful, very long season 4 here in trucks. So thank you, sir.
Yeah, absolutely, sir. I appreciate all that y'all have done on the admins and everybody that's had a part this year. And I look forward to the future seasons, and then just really excited for and I think everyone should be held high and hold their heads high and be proud of what the product we put on and what the future holds for us. It looks very bright for GEC.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, thank you, sir. It has been a pleasure. The 84 car, it is your time to shine, sir. I'll say we saved the best for last, even though tied for second place, but so it works. But we have Harrison Whitehead, the 84 car from Street Limit, taking that tie for second place. Sir, how are you doing tonight?
Doing good. I wish I could say I could have done more, but when you're racing against guys that are this good, you got to be pretty much perfect. And fifth place just wasn't going to cut it tonight, so can't be too upset with second place in the championship. But still feel like I left some out there.
Man, I mean, you get partially the same speech that Hanneman got. Welcome to the season as a rookie. You were part of a Street Limit team that we saw come out and absolutely lay the hammer down to some of these GEC guys that were maybe not ready for the amount of competition you guys brought at the beginning portion of this season, even though towards the end, definitely a good fight there for the playoffs. But man, you had one heck of a season yourself, pulling off at least a win and guaranteeing yourself a playoff spot. So how do you think your season overall went, even though, not taking home the trophy or anything crazy like that?
Yeah, I think I'm going to start calling myself Tyler Reddick with how many second places I ended up having this year. But yeah, I just got to convert those to wins, and then I could really compete for a championship. But if I keep coming in second, it's not enough to win in the playoffs. You got to win races, and hopefully I could start to finish these out next year and actually, not have to come from 15 points down.
Man, you're not right. You're not wrong about that. Winning is not always everything, but when there's only 4 races in the playoffs, unfortunately, winning does help considerably. It's kind of hard to lie with the math right in front of us there, but no, absolutely, you did have again an amazing season, and I know, hey, getting second place all season long will still most likely get you into the playoffs, which is a crazy feat to do, but keep it consistent, and I know we're going to see some wins out of you next season, which I guess I'll ask. You're one of the only 2 out of the others I can say here who wouldn't guaranteed come back, but are we going to be seeing you next season?
Yes, definitely. I love racing with y'all. Look forward to it every week, and really appreciate everything y'all do. It's a very fun league. The racing is intense and it's fair, and yeah, look forward to it.
Dude, that is absolutely insane to hear. I guess I'll ask, because you are one of the few that actually does get a choice here. Are you looking forward more to trucks, or are you looking at trying out the Cup cars next season?
Cup cars. I love the Cup cars. I think they race phenomenally at these 1.5-mile tracks and high-speed tracks. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Yeah, we are all looking forward to not necessarily the divide in the league, but more racing, more tracks, more vehicles, more importantly, more racers and ability to race. So I know all of us are getting excited for that, and it is going to be amazing to see another strong driver joining us in the Cup Series next season. So absolutely, thank you so much for being here. Same thing as the others. Anything you need to say to the fans back home, sponsors, anything else you want to add on before we close out the finale here?
Yeah, I'd like to first off thank Street Limit. Really appreciate everything they've done. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be racing here. So really appreciate that. They've brought together a really good group of guys, and I think it shows with our performance on track. I'd like to thank Walt. I really appreciate him making our paints. He does a lot for us. It was fun watching him race tonight. It was the first time I've raced with him in a league race setting, and he was very respectful. I got underneath him one time. I really appreciate him kind of giving me the spot, because that was kind of a precarious place we were in. And y'all for broadcasting, Swanson, you did a great job tonight. Look forward a lot to rewatching it, hearing you broadcast.
Hey man, I appreciate it. I mean, I'll be the first to say I'm good with computers, but Streamlabs is something I've used maybe 3 times in the history of my life. So it was definitely fun to throw it all together before the race, but man, it has actually been a lot more enjoyable than I was expecting. I'm surprised. And well, I'll say thank you to you guys and the rest of the drivers who may be watching this for not giving me 15 cautions to review while having to broadcast the race. So I love you guys, every single one of you, for putting on one hell of a show tonight. That was absolutely amazing to watch, even as the broadcaster. So thank you. Anything else you want to add on there, brother?
Nope. Just looking forward to next year, next season. Can't wait.
Heck yeah, man. Cup Series is around the corner. Get some much needed rest, and we will definitely see you out there. Again, thank you to everyone who is in this chat. You have Hanneman, the 85 car, your Season 4 Truck Series champion by 2 points. Crazy finish there at the end, along with Whitehead and Elswick, the 66 or the 84 and the 66 car tying for second place. That is your top 3 for Season 4 of GEC NASCAR League. I want to give a huge shout out to everyone who has made this league possible, to the GEC owners, to all the sponsors, MAD, NPC, to the big teams that have made it and stuck it out. Congratulations to everyone who was in this race. I can honestly say that pretty much everyone who started finished, which is rare for us, especially for a finale. Congratulations to everyone in GEC. We look forward to seeing every single one of you guys watching next week for the omitted All-Star break that is now upon us before we go into a month-long break before Season 5. So those of you who are excited for All-Stars, we will see you there. Remember, it is an open race. It does have a buy-in. If you are interested in racing, show up. We'll have a spot for you. Absolutely. And if we don't, we'll at least let you qualify in, or we'll talk about it. So show up if you're interested. We're going to have a great time. And of course, if you guys are excited for Season 5, remember, 2 series means twice the racing to watch. So we will absolutely be seeing you guys coming up here shortly. Thank you, and have a great night, everybody.